It's a new year with an old marquee from a bygone era. Next.
Ask the man who owns one.
Hello and welcome to Classic Chrome. I'm your host, Dave. You know, today this is our first episode of 2024, and I thought I'd feature a car that signified a lot of class and elegance. And the car that I could only think of would be the 1930 Packard. We saw such a vehicle over at Barry's Car Barn, where we met owner Barry Baldwin, who started this museum in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. He had an outstanding collection, and in it, it featured a 1930 Packard. I couldn't help but be drawn to this car. It was so big, massive, beautiful. You couldn't miss it. It was an outstanding vehicle. So I thought today, being that it is January and the car season is somewhat at a lull, I thought I'd reach back into my archive and bring you 1930 Packard. Extravagant, opulent, luxurious. These are just a few words that one would use to describe the 1930 Packard. The 1930 Packard 7th Series dual windshield custom Deluxe 8 Phaeton to be exact. From its goddess of speed hood ornament to its sparkling wire wheels, this automobile is a complete work of art. Packard was a well-known manufacturer of high-end luxury cars from 1899 until 1958 and had developed the Packard 8 from 1924 until 1936. The number 8 was a reference for the newly developed inline 8-cylinder engine that powered these majestic automobiles. This example has the 384 cubic inch straight 8 with a 4-speed transmission producing 106 horsepower. And by the way, the engine on this car only has 49 miles. If this car looks big, it's because it is. It rides on a 143-inch wheelbase chassis and can seat up to 7 passengers. Rear seat occupants even get treated to their own windshield. Packard was riding high in sales, and in 1930, the year after the stock market crash, Packard still managed to sell 35,443 cars. However, during the Depression, demand for these types of cars began to wane, and Packard had began producing more affordable cars in the mid-price field, in addition to its luxury models. By 1950, Packard was being outsold by Cadillac, and the marquee itself started to become known as being old-fashioned and outdated. In 1954, Packard bought the failing Studebaker car company in an attempted effort to better compete with the big three automakers. When this attempt to revive the marquee failed, the brand folded in 1958, with the 1957 and 1958 models merely looking like Studebakers with fancier trim. At the height of Packard, some of the most luxurious, innovative, and desirable automobiles were produced. To this day, Packards are still desirable and beautiful automobiles. The Packard slogan rings true today as it did back in its heyday.
Just ask the man who owns one.
Wow, that was an absolutely outstanding car. I was so glad I was able to see it and actually tell you more about it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And while you're at it, why not subscribe and tell your friends? We've already reached over 1,000 views, and I couldn't have done it without you, so thank you very much. In the meantime, once again, thank you for watching. I'm Dave. Peace, and keep the classics alive.